Hey everybody, it's John from Humor and History. I wanted to do this one. I've had this in my queue for a while. And by the way, don't forget to send me some videos like you guys did for Bamber Bridge. That was a great one. I would love to hear more videos, video ideas. This one is on Roman road construction. It was sent to me. And I want to see what... I think Roman roads are fascinating. They're still around today. They're great construction. There's so many wonderful things the Romans did. Gosh, I'm not sure what happened to Italy itself. But the Romans, at least, that was a joke, just tongue-in-cheek kind of thing. But Romans had some great construction. Roman concrete they more recently uncovered the what they used to create it. I find that fascinating, and it certainly makes sense. But here we go on Roman roads. I love learning about the Roman history.
First, a wide area would be deforested in order to clear all vegetation. Then, in the strip where the track had been projected, the topsoil would be removed until a solid base was found. Then on this base, the curbs were placed appropriate to the chosen width for the road. Large stones were placed between the curbs to serve as foundations, and on top of them smaller stone layers all mixed up with fine aggregates to fill the gaps. Finally, the surface layer, a mixture of gravel, sand, and clay, was added.
That's brilliant. I mean, did it take... I wonder how many tries it took to figure out this thing, but it certainly does make sense from an engineering standpoint. Obviously, you put a heavy base down, and then you put a fine... like smaller stones so that it just sort of compacts. You put sand in between. I mean, this is basically how I made the cage for my ducks when I got them, because it was easier to clean. It was much easier to clean. But this makes a lot of sense, having sand in there, because not a lot is going to grow on sand. Okay, and it looks like it's higher up. I wonder what they did with the... I should shut up and just watch. Yeah, I can see why this would stand the test of time.
Moved along the already compacted layers to deposit the material for the next layer. After tipping out heaps of material, it had to be spread out with planks, watered from barrels, and finally, compacted with rollers.
Did they ever? I wonder if they were the ones to shape it sort of like that, so the
it was
water
a continuous process until the last layer, the surface layer, was finished, which was composed of carefully selected materials of the highest quality. On its surface moved the traffic of carts and draft animals.
I like that they put the roller in there. I figured that they would have one, but man, that's a great. Yeah, it's very similar to how roads are constructed today. You have a hard base that you put down, at least here in the U.S., because they're always building roads, because everybody drives everywhere. But they put down the base, then they put down, like a protective layer, I think, in between, then asphalt, and then they have a roller that goes over it to compact the whole thing. And they do spray it down with water. So, I mean, road construction really hasn't changed since either the Romans invented it or whoever they stole it from, because that's really what cultures upon cultures are. They're just taking the best from another culture.
The final geometry of the road had slightly sloping sides to allow rainwater to be drained outwards and away from the road.
It's brilliant. That's exactly the way roads are constructed these days.
And a relevant fact recently discovered: about 20 meters from the road on both sides, ditches were placed to prevent access to the road from unauthorized vehicles.
Unauthorized vehicles. And is it put that far away because of the whole highway robbery aspect of things? If you don't know, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but highway robbery comes from, I think it's obviously an English word, but it comes from not having, you go slow enough that people can come up and rob you. Or demand some of your goods. I guess that's what it would be.
These ditches, the existence of which have only recently been discovered, also increase the visibilities of one's peripheral view, avoiding any surprise from wild animals, and they also made life difficult for possible highway robbers.
I knew it. That is cool. Essentially, they just talked about modern day roads. I mean, that is really what it is, and it does stand the test of time. It sounds like it's better constructed than a lot of modern day roads. I mean, I have to go back and look at some pictures of Roman roads today, but I wonder how well they hold up. It's got to be better than our modern day roads. But our modern day roads, we also have cars, like here in the U.S., we have cars like driving everywhere, you know, just and as fast as can be in all sorts of conditions. So anyway, let me know what you think about the video. Did you learn something, or did you find it fascinating that it was really similar to the way roads are made today? I'm genuinely curious about that. You know, good video. I like that.